What's up, Sportscast? We're on the Sports and Stuff show, the Kings of Sports. I'm Adam,
And I'm Carter.
and let's get right into it. All right. So we have a couple updates this week. This is our 33rd episode. We're getting up there. I also checked back. So your first episode was episode 5.
Okay.
So
Two
so
more
that would
weeks.
be yeah. So we're getting close there. Also apparently our number one like performing episode, like just in general over like Spotify and everything, because it was only on Spotify, was our first episode, which you weren't on, and then the
Really?
second one is your first episode, and I'm like, how is that one? I mean, it kind of makes sense because it's the first one, and that's like the first one you kind of listen to,
Yeah.
but like that episode was bad. Like I'm not even gonna lie. But it was kind of funny because like for now, like what it says is our most performing is episode 1 and 5, which was like your first and like our first overall, and then our like last one is the one where we started like ranting for half the episode.
That's huh.
But that one was also way newer, so I mean it
Yeah.
didn't really have that like much like time, I guess. So that was kind of funny. And we're online, as you could tell, not in the studio, unfortunately, because we're both in separate places. So yeah, we're also not doing it on Zoom because Zoom was horrible. Hopefully, this is much better. I'm kind of hoping, cross our fingers. We had a bad issue like getting into this where apparently Carter couldn't hear anything, and then we found out 20 minutes later that it was because my mic was not plugged in. So yeah, well, that was an interesting uh, time. But yes, uh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so we're probably gonna have around 15 to 16 episodes before we're back. It's still quite a while. I think that's like 3 or 4 months. So yes, we're gonna be on that online grind. And it's also on TikTok. We got a second video over 500K, which is absolutely crazy. Especially when I like the thing was is that those videos were getting like 200 views, like that was like good for it
Yeah.
because it was like new. And then all of a sudden after like that one, it just popped, and all of a sudden now they're getting like 2,000 per like episode or video, and I'm like, I'm fine with that.
You can take that.
Dude, TikTok is like, I don't even, it's so ridiculous because like you could post anything and then it just like it could go viral or it could like flop. Like it's such like a wide range.
It definitely feels like it has the highest chance of going viral of any of the social
Yeah.
media platforms.
Well, that one stupid Kansas one that I made got like 1 million, and the
Yeah.
stupid volleyball one that was
Yeah.
like the sketchiest thing ever got like what 400,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
But man, and then it's all that 650 k, which is it's still possible to get 1 million, second 1 million maybe. Fingers crossed. But anyway, it's still like really good. But we're also at 700. Oh, I still can't read numbers.
No.
7,700 followers on TikTok and 96, I think, subscribers on YouTube. So we're 4 away from 100. Woo!
That's up a lot
Yep.
lately, isn't it?
I know. Yeah, we were at like 16. Now we're at 90, 96. I think it's at 96. I can check right now. Yeah, we're at 96. Let me subscribe. Yeah, we're okay. 96. We're staying strong. Maybe by the time this episode's out, we'll get 4 more, be at 100, and then this will be outdated in one day. But yes. Oh yeah, we're also recording this on Wednesday. Normally we record it on Tuesday, so we're gonna be a little bit more up to date with stuff. But
Yeah.
yes, right. Would you like to take lead on the stuff section?
Sure. So
Yeah.
I have moved out of college and back in wonderful Seattle, which I love so much that I decided to, leave for Idaho for school. Um, yeah, it's
Nice.
been really, really weird actually, not living on my own and having 5 other people here. And my room is actually my dad's office, so I'm kicked out. I'm kicked out of there every morning. But
Wait.
yeah,
So like, did you not have a room to start with?
well, I did, and then my brother took it when I left, and my
Oh, you
dad
got you got
my
you got
dad turned
demoted
my
out of your
brother
room.
he turned my brother's room into his office, and so now I sleep in there.
Oh,
But yeah, so they all have work
okay.
and school all day still, so I've just been hanging out with the dog basically.
Seems very
Fun stuff.
companion-y.
Yeah.
Man, it's great. Things are great in Idaho. I think on Saturday it started to snow.
What?
It literally it started to snow. Like over the weekend, it was snowing.
Huh.
Like so, I mean, you you're not missing out on much. I mean, basically just like Idaho weather, still bipolar as
Mhm.
always. But man, dude, it's like what is it there? Is it like 40? Like 60? Is it actually like warm?
I haven't been outside today. It was actually really nice yesterday, but when I first got home, it was like I remember it was 75 and sunny in Boise that day, and I got home and it was like 50 and rainy. I was like, "Are you
Man,
kidding me?"
I remember when I drove to like the edge of Oregon, near like like University of Oregon and Western Oregon and
Yeah.
Oregon State on like that edge, and we were driving back and forth from like Washington and Oregon, and it was raining the whole time. It was like a 8 or 7 hour bus ride, and it was rainy the whole time, and I'm like, man, what is this?
Yep, that
Uh,
sounds about right.
Man, not gonna lie, I was also when, like, you were talking about, like, you not like, you just chilling with the dog, I was, like, thinking about that one meme, like, that one meme where, like, the guy's, like, standing there just, like it's, like, different shots of, like, him, like, standing in different locations.
I actually don't.
You don't? Oh, let me
Oh,
look it up
wait.
real
Where
where he's,
he's like
like
sitting on the chair and then he's
yeah,
like
and
got
then
it.
he's just,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah. Just hanging
not
out
gonna
with
lie,
the dog.
I was I was just picturing that, I don't that was, like it's funny because, like, I don't know, that was just the first thing that came up. I was also thinking about this. Do you have any like notable scars on your body?
I do. I don't remember which arm it's on. So I have one like right. You can't even see it. My biggest one is like on my butt, basically. And
It's what? Okay.
I'll make a long story short. Freshman year basketball game. Uh, it's not really necessary to add this part, but I'm going to because it's a little flex. I hit a game-winning three. All right, no big deal.
And then
We
you tore
were
your butt muscle.
well. I hit a game-winning three. I'm all hyped. I go home. I'm in the shower, and I have souring after my sister, who uses like an ungodly amount of conditioner. So the floor is super slippery. I slip on the floor, crash through the glass shower door, and like I have scars. Like I had to get stitches in my arm.
What?
My heel was all sliced up because I stepped on a shard of glass, and my back, like right above my butt, I got this big scar that I had to get like 12 stitches in. And yeah,
I
so
like
yeah.
how like man, I like how it was like you hitting the game-winning three, and I thought it was gonna be about like in the basketball game.
No,
No, it
I
was
wish. I wish. I
be like
crashed through a shower door. Yeah.
be like, I hit that game-winning three, and someone just like shanked me like right after they're mad
That's what
post game.
I'm gonna start going with that.
Yeah, the post game fight. Dude, oh yeah, when I went to Oregon, like when I was talking about, I got so I played football. I was corner. I like PI'd this one. It was like a 7-on-7 competition. I PI'd this guy so hard on the last play and they didn't call it. He got so pissed. He jacked my slides for the whole time. So I had to go barefoot the whole competition. And I'm like, dude, what is this? I'm like, this is Oregon and Washington for me. Like, man, great. For me, I don't know if you could probably notice my nose is like bent this way because when I was
Uh,
little, I broke it. And then I have this like weird like bump like you normally get when you're like have a broken nose. So my nose is like straight up jacked up. I also have this like one on my lip. I don't know where it is. It's like probably like right there. And that was like when I was little, I was jumping on a bed and I like got my tooth straight through like my lip. And then another time, I, like, fell and then happened to open up the exact same place when I was playing soccer. So that's interesting. And then I have this one too. This is, like, probably my biggest one. I think you can still see it, like, through, like, because it's, like, significantly wider. It's a
yeah, I
little
think I can see it through the camera.
it it was weird because it was, like, for that, it was, like, a scab from football, and then I was like, "Oh, that's a weird place. I'm probably not gonna" so I tried to get it taped up, but then it, like, kept on peeling off, and then just kept on getting worse and worse. So it looks like Squidward now. So I just have like a weird Squidward on my hand. Uh, that's interesting. Oh, are you ready for the game?
Okay, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, Taya is not here, unfortunately, because we needed her voice because everyone's sipping over her voice. Apparently, Dude,
That's bad,
Taya
man.
straight up is carrying, bro.
It's bad.
I started to say I'm like Taya face reveal at 10K because every single comment is
Jesus.
like face reveal, face reveal. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna save
Make
this up.
make it 100K and we'll get there in a week.
Yeah, for real. It's like, I'm like it's so ridiculous. So the main comments on all of our videos was A, Teo's voice is hot, and they
Oh
want a face
no.
reveal,
Here we
and
go.
B, I look like Michael Cera. I thought it was you at
They
first.
were talking
I,
about you.
yes, they were like Atlanta shirt, and I'm
'Cause
like, oh
I've
no.
I've heard that before, which is
Well,
weird.
so they were saying I look like Michael Cera and Jesse Eisenberg, which are basically the same person. Which Michael Cera, I everyone needs to stop. He's like a wimpy. That's like his thing. So saying I look like him is like the worst. That's like an insult at that point. Then like then they also said I sound like Jesse Eisenberg. So I look like Jesse Eisenberg, sound like Jesse Eisenberg, and look like Michael Cera. So
Yeah.
please, we need to stop this. We need to stop. Just don't. I'm fine with the Taya things. Make Taya jokes all you want. Stop the Michael Cera stuff. Putting the ban hammer down. Start like flagging it for like inappropriate content every time they put Sarah.
Might have to.
But man, okay. So I have my brother write these rap lyrics. Um so I guess I'll be reading them, and then if we'll just have to like I'll say it and then you say it, or like we just both say our answers or something at
How many do
the
we
same
have?
time. I have no clue.
Okay.
Quite a bit. I don't know. I'll just read 10 if there's like less more than 10. If that's fine. Okay. This is the first one. I already know this one. Okay. You're big mad. I'm back. Big mad. He's mad. She's mad. Big sad. Haha. Don't care. Stay mad.
I know the artist, I can't remember the song name.
I don't yeah,
Shoot.
well, all of his like songs are like four-letter words.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
we're
like
thinking of the same guy.
it's either like haha, caca, like hee hee, tee hee, beefy.
I think I remember actually.
Uh, what is it? Do you want to say it at
Six
the same time?
nine. It's we know it's 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
I think the song is called Gooba.
I don't think it's Gooba. I think it's like Riri or something like that.
Or are we just supposed to be
Like,
guessing the artist?
no, it says the name too.
What is it?
Um, okay, is that your final answer? I already
Yes.
looked at it. Yeah, yeah, it's Gooba.
Yes.
Rip. So that's 1-2. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm not that well versed at rap, so like, I mean, I think you're very set up to go 4-0 on me here. Just saying. So that means if there's an upset, then there's something wrong. Means I cheated. Just kidding. Okay. Number 2. Okay. I took you ev I can't read. Okay, not to like diss my brother, but sometimes his handwriting's horrible. So like I'm trying to read these, but I can't even read them. Okay. Lately, I've been on the road show after show. I know. I'm making all the ops mad. Back none.
Probably home.
Back home, yeah.
Oh my! I know that song.
I don't.
On the road.
I'm still debating on the artist.
I know I'm making all the odds, man, back home. Oh my gosh! I know that song.
I know I've heard it.
Oh, hold on. I know I'm making all the odds, man, back home. Bro.
Dude, this is horrible. This is hard. Do you know the artist?
Oh! Oh!
Oh no.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I got it.
Dude, I don't even. I don't know. I'm getting like 21 Savage. I don't think it's him though.
No, I'm pretty sure I got it.
Um.
Alright, should I just go?
Uh. I don't. Is this Meek? Is this Meek
Nope.
Mill? Oh, dang it. Oh, well, I don't know
Polo
the name then.
Polo G and Juice World Flex.
Damn, it is.
Yeah,
Is it? Yeah.
yeah.
Son of a. Okay, that's 4-1 up in this. Dude, this is gonna be a blowout.
I don't
I
know
already
if we
feel
have
it.
time for 10.
I know.
Do like
Probably
5.
do like. Okay. Okay. Brand new Lamborghini F a cop car. Oh, I already know this one.
Yeah.
I don't even need to read the rest. You
Yeah.
already know it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What is it?
It's
Rockstar,
Rockstar,
the
DaBaby, and
baby.
Roddy Rich. Yeah.
Damn. This is gonna be a blowout. Because all the ones that I know, you're already gonna know.
6-3.
Okay. Shoddy, make that a clap. She don't need no applause.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
know.
if I know this one.
He said, "Don't need no applause."
I'm just gonna bleep it out anyways. Shoddy, make that clap. She don't need no applause.
Yeah, I know that one.
You know this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even have a guess. Probably like.
It's Roddy Rich. I know that. I'm pretty sure it's called High Fashion.
Well, it says high fashion on the card, so I'm assuming this is it.
Yeah.
This is already what? This is 6, 7, 8,
3.
8 to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is okay. I'm just gonna read one more. See if you get this one. Okay. I'm $100 billion child. Oh, I was born to song title.
I was born to song title.
uh,
Wait,
I'm a
what?
hundred billion. I'm $100 billion child. Oh, I was born to song child.
Oh.
You already know this one too, dude. I'm reading these and I thought it would be an advantage because I could read it,
If
and I'm
this
just not
is
like
if this is the guy I'm thinking of, he's from here.
from Seattle.
Yeah,
Russell Wilson.
not quite.
Okay, I already looked because I
I
don't
think
even know
it's
this one.
"Live This Wild" by Lil Mosey.
Son of a. This is
He's
stupid.
Yeah,
This is stupid.
I don't really like him that much, but he's from here. One of
How
my
dare
friends
you?
was, like, best friends with him in elementary school, but yeah.
Seriously? What the heck? That's so weird.
Fun game.
Yo, he's my elementary school friend,
That was
my
a fun
homie.
game.
Ah, well, that was what 10-3. That was nice.
I think so.
Very very fun.
Alright,
I
now on to the NFL. So
mean, that's what I was expecting. I was kind of hoping I'd do a little bit better, but man, okay. On the NFL, I guess.
so the Dallas Mayor wants 2 NFL teams, and his reasoning is that New York and LA both have 2 teams, and Chicago has 2 teams in baseball, leaving Dallas as the biggest metro with only 1 team. So here's the thing. New York, I mean, to be fair, both of their teams are in New Jersey anyway.
Yeah.
And the thing about LA is only one of the teams has fans. Like
Yeah.
I know it's a joke, but it's really not a joke. Like the Chargers home games are often filled with away fans.
Yeah.
The Chargers should go back to San Diego.
Yeah.
Um, and no, I don't think Dallas should have 2 NFL teams. Like you're either moving one there or you're expanding one.
Yeah.
Or you're expanding a few, and if you're gonna move one, I feel like San Diego, St. Louis, or a lot of other places are higher on the list than another Dallas team. Everyone already hates the first one, so
Yeah. Well, that's like the thing is like the Dallas Cowboys are so iconic that you have to compete with them, which is gonna absolutely
right,
flop the other one,
right.
which is why the Chargers don't have really any fans except for me. Uh, but
You're a
the
Packers
thing
fan.
is, They're my second favorite team is the Chargers.
Okay.
They're like my kind of a homegrown-ish esque team because I
Yeah.
was, from that kind of area. But uh, I think I was closer to Los Angeles and San Diego, but it's whatever. Uh, but the thing, like, we've already seen it where you compete, where it's like for a while, the Giants just dominated the Jets, like with like fan base, like wise. So if you get another Dallas team, especially because like Dallas is big, but Texas is so much bigger, where it's like another team in Texas could get one, like
Yeah.
Austin. I think
Yeah.
Austin, San Antonio, like why would Dallas get a second one when San Antonio or Austin could get one? I feel like that's so ridiculous. I mean, Jerry Jones is not going to allow it, which Jerry Jones is kind of flexing his like power or like trying to show his power off in this next story. Did you hear about any of these?
I
These
heard
like
about it. I don't really know what's going on.
so like this I only heard it from the Pat McAfee show, but like apparently Jerry Jones and Dan Snyder were like on a they went on like a call with Papa John, like or like the Papa John CEO to like and they wanted to kick Roger Goodell out of like the league, to, like kick him out as a mission commissioner because apparently they both didn't like him. And they had Papa John's on there, and then they had Pepsi because those are like the two biggest sponsors. So they were like, "Oh, well, the two biggest sponsors should probably kick him out." And then apparently, according to Papa John, he was like, "Oh, I don't want to kick him out because that's your job. He works for you guys or whatever."
Yeah.
So like, it seemed like Jerry Jones and Dan Snyder kicked him out, and Papa John, I feel like it's so weird, like referring to him as Papa John.
I mean, that's what else
And
are you gonna call him?
I don't even know. Just John, CEO John. Um, but like I feel like it's so weird that it's like, well, you know how like Dan Snyder got all of like out of all this like garbage like that he's been doing the whole year
Yeah.
with, and everyone was saying that that was because him and Goodell were like close friends. But if Dan Snyder is like straight up trying to like backstab Goodell or says he like sucks,
Yeah.
then
I
like
He doesn't deserve getting out of this stuff at all.
I know, like, how is he still getting out of this? And mainly it's because of Goodell. So, like, I don't know if he started doing all this stuff because of Goodell or like like because he knew Goodell was like sucked, or if like he and Goodell are friends and he's just backstabbing him.
Yeah, I'm not
But
sure.
like, it's so weird. I don't even, man. And also, I didn't put this in there, but Jerry Jones got in a car accident apparently.
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, that was kinda tragic." I
He's
didn't I
fine
didn't put
though.
anything in there. Yeah. I thought it was like a bad car crash, wasn't it though?
I mean, it was. I saw a
A
video.
mild.
Like it was pretty bad, but I mean, he wasn't hurt, so it wasn't that
Oh.
bad.
Was he even driving? I feel like he's like the type of
I
person who
don't
doesn't
think
even
he
drive.
was. I don't think he
Yeah, I
was.
mean, like, if he's that rich, like, why even drive at that point?
Yeah.
Driving isn't fun. But, yes. Do you hear about this next one? This is,
Yeah.
like, all over Twitter.
DK says he wants to outrace Tyreek Hill. Well, I'm pretty sure Tyreek Hill went on Twitter and said that he offered like a race and DK didn't take it. But
Seriously?
I mean, in stuff like this, we have no idea
I
who's
mean,
actually doing what.
I feel like this happens all the time where it's like the we all unanimously know Tyreek is the fastest receiver. He's like
Yeah,
competing with Usain Bolt. Like he's on a completely different level. And all
yeah,
these receivers like get full of themselves. They're like, "Oh, I could beat him in a race." And it's like, "No, man." Yeah, he's probably just talking all this like garbage. Like no one wants to be like, "Yeah, I'm slower than him." Like you don't want to admit that you're like not as fast as someone. So I feel like that's like
yeah,
the thing. Um, Also, I think this broke yesterday. Like Tom Brady, he signed a deal apparently with Fox for after he retires. It was a 10 years, $375 million deal, which is like absolutely ridiculous.
yeah,
Uh, well, and it sounds like what they're gonna make him do is basically take like Troy Aikman, like do like how Troy Aikman's like the color commentator.
Yeah,
That's what it sounds like.
it's a lot of
Because
money, man.
it's a lot of money for a color commentator, especially if, like, he sucks, like, I mean, he probably won't because
It's
everyone
the
likes his
most
personality.
it's the most money by an on-air TV personality, like, by 8 million per year.
Yeah,
Like, it's
like
not even close.
and he had, like, no need to take anything away from it, but he has, like, no experience with, like, commentating at all, which that's kinda,
Yeah,
like, the sucky part
I
with,
doubt
like,
he fails, though.
sports media, is that, like I mean, but it makes sense because they kind of, like they kinda know the sport or anything, but sometimes they don't really know how to talk well, and that's, like, one of the skills that, like,
Yeah, but people will tune
broadcasters and
in to
stuff,
hear
but
Tom Brady call a game.
exactly, and it's like they're trying to chase, like, the next Tony Romo because like, Tony Romo, he knew all of his stuff, and he could, like, predict plays and everything, and he's fun to listen to, and then you get, like, Troy Aikman, the other Cowboy quarterback, which is absolutely horrible. I do
Yeah,
not like
I
Troy Aikman.
don't love him.
I didn't he, like, admit that he gets, like, drunk, like, before or, like, takes
Really?
shots before and something, like, before games?
I didn't hear that. I believed it.
Like, yeah, I mean, you could believe it, which is so ridiculous. But, like, he probably is not because it felt like he was gonna be because they said he was, like, a main, like live on air reporter, but, like, it it takes a ton of skill to do play by play. So I think he has to be color commentator, like Joe Buck. Joe Buck is the play-by-play guy, and the color commentator is Troy Aikman.
Yeah,
So he's still gonna be talking, like, quite a bit, but, like, he's not, like, the main guy, which
right.
I think if they did sign him as a play-by-play, that's stupid, in
Well,
my opinion.
neither's Tony Romo.
Yeah, for real. I mean, we don't even know if Tom Brady's gonna be even, like he realistically, the worst it could be is, like, everyone tunes in for, like, a year or so, and then they get tired because he says, like, stuff like Booger McFarland or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
best case scenario, it turns into Tony Romo, so I don't even know. That's kind of interesting to
a
see.
more popular Tony Romo, though.
Yeah. Well, because he was actually more successful too, so I mean,
Yeah,
but just a little bit, which well, that kinda makes you think that he's probably gonna retire soon then, because like, I
probably
mean,
a year.
why risk your body if, like, you can already make bank out of it? Like and you're still staying by the sport, so I mean, it's not like you're leaving.
This will probably be his last year. I would,
Yeah, probably.
but who knows?
He probably I think he still should have retired this year, like, because if he goes out this year and he straight up sucks, then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, he should have retired," and they're like,
Yeah,
it kind of like, the last year always kind of ruins, like, it's like, because that's the last time you see them, and if they suck, like, like Shaq and, Jordan and Peyton Manning, like, Ben Roethlisberger, like,
he looked he
he should
looked
have retired.
really good last year, though.
That's the thing is, like, we don't know how he's gonna turn out, like, you always are, like, kind
Yeah,
of,
but I
like,
feel like
nervous.
those people who fallen off in their last year didn't look this good in their second to last year.
Yeah, that's true. And plus, like, what the Bucks are like surrounded with all these like great players anyways. So like even if he isn't that great, like Peyton Manning still won a Super Bowl and he threw
Yeah,
what? Didn't we look it up? Like he threw more interceptions than touchdowns that year or something like that.
pretty sure.
Like
Yeah, he was not good.
yeah, like he sucked. Is
He got benched for
Von
Osweiler.
Miller? Yeah, like Von Miller literally carried that whole season,
Yeah,
and like that. So I mean, that kind of shows and that was a league where Tom Brady was still there. Like Tom Brady, they beat Tom Brady. So like I mean, just throwing that out there. Hopefully, I don't want them to win though. I mean, I know the Packers aren't going to win it. I feel like I don't even know who's going to go for the NFC next year.
there's a lot of teams that could win it right now.
Well, like who's going to go for the NFC? Like I could name ton of AFC teams, like Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, uh Browns even maybe. I don't think
Yeah,
the Bengals are going to repeat it.
they could though.
I mean, they could, but like yeah. So that's like 5 already just off the bat. I mean, the only 3 for like the
Did
NFC
you
are
even
like
say the Bills?
yeah, Bills, my bad. I think the Bills should be a favorite along with the Chargers,
The Bills
but,
might
like,
be the favorite overall, honestly.
the Bills were so up and down last year, though. That's, like, the thing is, like, they had some great games and they had some horrible games, like bad, like best in the league and like
Yeah.
worst in the league games.
They
Um,
I mean, they had one of those.
and when they played against the Steelers last year, that was horrible. I don't know if that's a game you're talking about, but like
I was talking about
that
the
was bad.
Jags game where they lost like 9-0 or something.
That was also bad.
Yeah,
Like they had pretty bad games like last year, and then they like straight up put donuts on people, and it's like I think they had like the most shutouts. Like I think there's only like
I
a
think so.
couple shutouts, and they had like three of them.
Yeah.
Like man, but like for the NFC, what? Probably okay, 49ers, but you don't know the quarterback situation
Yeah, that
because
really depends.
apparently, like they're
It
saying
depends
that
on how
Trey
good
Lance
Lance
is
is.
They're like underwhelming or whatever.
That was one dude who said that. There have been a lot of reports that said otherwise. And that one dude, you know what he said? You know what he
Huh.
said they were disappointed in? Arm strength. That does
Uh,
that doesn't
well,
make any that
that's the
doesn't
one
make
thing
any
that like
sense. If you
well,
could pick one skill that's like his best, it's having a strong arm.
like the only thing that people would question that would make sense is his accuracy.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing.
He mentioned arm
Like
strength. Like, okay,
that's
sure.
ridiculous.
Sure, man. Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to just underplay him. Like they've been doing the
I
49ers.
don't think that came from the team. I think that was just I know some
Oh,
reporters are like a mouthpiece to the team. He's not one
yeah.
of them. I never even heard of that guy until this. So,
Like it's so ridiculous because the 49ers, they like to play like this garbage like game of, you know, what's underplay, overplay, oversell, undersell.
yeah.
So like it's because what? How many times we've heard Trey Lance is amazing last year, and then like as soon as they wanted to trade Jimmy G, they're like, oh well, he probably has a couple years, and then they're like,
Yeah.
oh well, Jimmy G, we're offering getting like 5 first-round picks for him
Yeah.
over in this
Yeah.
man.
He-
But
It's
what
different.
the like? Okay, 49ers, Rams,
Yeah.
Packers, Bucks. That it? I mean,
Cardinals maybe.
the Cardinals like sucked in the
I
playoffs
think the
last year.
Saints are going to be good this year. I don't know if they're
You think Saints?
contenders, but I think they're going to be good.
I think that might be decent. I mean, ugh.
And the Eagles could be pretty good.
Oh, I like the Eagles actually. It just depends on Jalen Hurts though if he's gonna like.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I think you already know that I liked him. I still don't like quarterback like running style plays, like running like that's your style of play. But like I still think they're gonna be pretty good. I mean, if you have AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, I mean like and if everyone's quadruple covering AJ Brown because he's like what 6'5",
I
two
thought he
hundred
was like
twenty pounds,
I think he's like 6'2". He just plays
six
so
two or
big.
something, and then like then you get Devontae Smith who's like 6 foot
He's
150.
6'1".
Is he six? He's 6'1"?
Yes.
What? I swear
6'1",
those muscles add
225.
like a couple inches or
Yeah,
something.
he looks like he's 6'5", 260 when he's carrying the ball.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how the Titans are because they were notoriously like the big team. They got big AJ Brown, big Derrick Henry, like that
Yeah.
was their thing. And then, but it's gonna be funny though because like what they now the Eagles have like probably the biggest receiver and the tiniest receiver on the same team. I think Devontae Smith is like the same size as me. He's like 160, 6 foot or something. I don't know exactly.
I thought he is he only 160?
Dude, he
One
weighs like something like that.
170, yeah. That's crazy.
170. Oh, I weigh
He's had to have put on some weight this offseason.
I weigh 6 foot 165. So I mean, I'm not that far from not that far. And if you look at me, I'm definitely not like an NFL athlete. So like, I mean, that's kind of saying something.
That's pretty insane.
But hey, supporting the skinny guys up in this. You know, oh, are we ready to NBA?
Yep.
This kind of
Alright.
sucks because two of the biggest games are playing tonight.
Yeah,
Which
the Bucks, Celtics, and Warriors, Grizzlies both play tonight. The Warriors Grizzlies series is over. Like I just It's
Mhm.
over. It's 3-1. No John Morant anymore. It's just wrap it up at this point. Obviously, John Morant got a bone bruise, so it wasn't anyone's fault that he got hurt. It just happened. And they came really close to winning without him. Really, really close, but they couldn't pull it off. So that's 3-1 playing tonight in Memphis. You know, it'll probably end tonight, but if not, there's no way they go to Golden State and win without Ja. There's just no way. So this will end in 5 or 6, but
Insert 3-1 joke.
I hope so. That would be awesome. But yeah,
Man, imagine losing to them without John Morant too, 3-1.
that would be crazy.
That'd
Yeah.
be so
The other
ridiculous.
game is Bucks Celtics, which is tied 2-2 after Al Horford became the greatest player of all time in the second half of the last game. So they are going back to Boston. Yeah, back to Boston for Game 5 tonight, and that'll be interesting because it's been back and forth so far. With Bucks Celtics. So I guess we'll have to see what happens there. Celtics get home court advantage back, and Al Horford, man, I don't know where that came from. Like he's been good this year, but Jesus Christ, he was incredible. Like, let's see if he keeps that up. There's no one beating them. No way. So we'll have to see.
Mhm. I
Um,
think,
oh yeah,
I think it was kind of ridiculous. We were just chatting up, like we said they're gonna get lose 4 straight, but both these teams are good enough to not lose 4 straight. Like, I mean, let's be real here. I still think that the Bucks are the better team. I mean, I s- if Al Horf like if you take out like his performance, like which was so like ridiculous, like came out of kind of nowhere. Uh, the Bucks would have been up 3-1 right now. So, like,
yeah, but
if he is he gonna repeat that? Like, do you think he's gonna repeat that?
I don't think he'll repeat exactly that. But I mean, even the game
I
before
don't
when they lost, he had like 25 or 22 and 16, I think it was. Like he's a good player.
yeah, but I don't know. I feel like I can't count out Giannis anytime, no matter what. So I just have a hard time thinking the Bucks are gonna lose this series. So
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you think the last Bucks win though, like Tatum had 10 points. Like that's not going to happen again.
yeah,
So, I don't know. It'll be interesting, but I think without Middleton, the Bucks are definitely not the better team, but they have the best player in the series. So,
hmm
yeah.
yeah, oof.
Anyway, last night as we're recording this, the Suns beat the Mavs by I think 30 points. It was close until halftime, and then the third quarter was just absolutely dominant. I mean, never it was just complete annihilation, and then the fourth quarter didn't even matter really. And pretty much the similar story, the Heat beat the Sixers, and it was never really close. They won by 35. So two teams defend their home court and go up 3-2. Obviously, as if you watch the game, I'm sure you heard 25 times in each game. If you go up 3-2 in a series, you win like 86% of the time. So
hmm
it'll be interesting to see. I mean, no road team has won a single game in either of those series. So it'll be interesting.
yeah.
But that's
Well,
where we're at in the NBA at the moment.
and the funny thing is that like, I mean, Harden, he played good for game 4, and everyone's like, "Harden's back," and then he went back and dropped, like, 14 points,
It's not the same. It's
which is
you
like
used to have a quick first step, and it just isn't there anymore.
it's so crazy that, like, the 2 if you think of, like, the 2 biggest, like, most receded players, you think of Westbrook and Harden, and they're both on the same team, and everyone thought that there's, like, no
I
way
don't know
they'd
if
ever
they're
win
the
anything.
most, but they're definitely up there.
They're, like, one of the top, like, at least for now, like,
Yeah.
because they went from, like, one of the highest, like, they were MVP caliber, all, like great all scorers, like, and then all of a sudden
Now
they're like mid.
Harden is still an all-star caliber player, but I mean,
He's not like
what they traded enough for him that they needed him to be like vintage Harden, and he's just
yeah,
not anymore. So yeah,
yeah. That's what they kind of needed too. Like they don't really need a like an average, decent Harden. They need like a great Harden to like fit with Embiid to like,
Yeah,
they
I
need to worry about him and Embiid to like win something.
it remains to be seen how the trade worked out for the Nets, but I think regardless of what happens, the Sixers gave up too much.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. My
Especially
prediction, Ben's
considering
not
I'm
going to
pretty
play
sure
again.
James Harden is a free agent after this year, so they're either gonna have to give him way too
Yeah,
much money or they're gonna have to lose him. So,
man. Man, I still think both. Yeah, I think both teams lost. Like,
as of right now, it kinda
man,
looks like it.
because Ben Simmons probably ain't gonna play another game.
No,
Like,
he'll play next year.
he's probably gonna play COD or Call of Duty
You
until
think about
like,
it though, Simmons isn't all they gave up. They also gave up Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, and 2 first-round picks.
yeah,
That's a lot.
like that was like the main piece though. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Seth Curry, I like Seth Curry.
He's awesome.
Andre Drummond's I.
He played decent minutes for the Nets this year, and 2
Yeah,
firsts, like, that's a lot to give up for a Harden who's
and
not the
the
same.
two first is pretty like
You give that
pretty
up for
rough.
Harden hoping that he was playing bad on the Nets just because he didn't love the situation, but
Yeah.
that's not what happened.
Hmm. But
So,
man,
try to run through boxing real quick. I got, like, 5
yeah.
minutes.
Okay, so for boxing, so there was a huge upset the other day. It was Bivol versus Canelo. So Canelo, he was like, heavily favored. He hadn't lost a game since 2013 against Mayweather,
A
who's like
game?
a match. I didn't even. Sometimes I slip up, apparently, like during my, because so we have to do one-on-ones for like my reporter job that I had.
Yeah.
I accidentally called them 1v1s, and they've made fun of me the whole year for it because they're like, of course the sports reporter calls it 1v1s, but
Yeah.
man, so Canelo hadn't lost a match so he was on a 17 match win streak since 2013, lost to Mayweather, and that was the last match that he lost, and then all of a sudden, Bivol comes out of nowhere and straight up like, so the thing with boxing is that like, sometimes the scorecards are like not really telling that much of the match, like the fight.
You almost said it
And
again.
I know. uh so like the thing is that it looked like Canelo was easily lost. Like he looked like he was easily beat. But the thing is that the scorecards even said that too, which was pretty shocking. But they're always going to deny. They're always going to be like, when it comes to the decision, everyone's going to be like, "Well, I thought I won," because no one's going to
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
"Well, I'm straight up. I straight up like
Yeah.
dogged all over that." But, it was pretty crazy. So everyone's debating because Canelo before was, like, the unanimous, like, best boxer, but now after losing, like, that fight, after, like, losing his 17 match, because it still went to the card, so it's not like he got straight knocked out, but, like, I don't know.
He was up
Um,
he wasn't in his normal weight class, I don't think, was he?
yeah, and that's what they're saying, but, like, I mean,
So people are saying that, like, he took a risk and it was a mistake going to that weight class, but
yeah, but,
it is
like,
what it is.
I feel like, so everyone, they kind of make excuses for everything, and I feel like weight does kind of have a thing because like you can punch more, you can punch less depending on your weight, but I think I think it's kind of just an excuse, and I think just like performance wise and like technique wise, I think he just lost like straight up. Like I mean, I don't think even if he wasn't a correct weight that he wanted to be at, I don't think he would have won. Like either way, like that's kind of me, but I feel
Yeah.
like that's kind of interesting. But man, do you want to kind of hear?
Yeah, probably.
Sure. All right. Well, we have to cut this episode quick or short because Carter apparently has a dentist appointment.
And we took
Yeah.
a long time to figure out the audio.
Yep. It took us like a solid 30 minutes. Man, that was so awkward because I'm like, I could hear you, and then I forgot that sometimes I turn off my like because I have my mic plugged into like a mixer board.
Yeah.
And sometimes I forget to plug into the mixer board, but that was awkward. Uh, at least we figured it out. So we'll see how
We'll
this
have it
episode
next
turns
time.
out.
We'll have it next time.
Yeah, we'll have a full on, but I mean, like what? We're gonna talk about NHL, which I don't really know that much about NHL. So I mean, we're
Yeah, it'll
sparing you the
probably
time.
it'll be second round probably by the time we talk about it next week. So
Yeah,
we'll recap the
and I
first round
mean,
series.
at this point, they're kind of wrapping up the first round, so I mean, it's not really like we're missing that much. I mean, oh well. But that's about all the time we have for today's episode. On behalf of Carter and I, we'd like to say thank you for listening to the Sports and Stuff Show, episode 33. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Sports and Stuff Show, TikTok at Sports and Stuff Show, and Twitter at SNS_show. And also subscribe to the YouTube if you have not already. Woo! Yes. And I also heard that apparently Spotify does like video podcasts too. So I guess you could
Hmm.
watch it on Spotify now too. I don't know. I'll have to like look more into that. But yes, there's that. Make sure to listen to our episodes live Thursdays from 12 to 1 p.m. on YouTube, and they'll be put up at 12 on Spotify. And yes, you could also listen to the show on any podcasting platform after the show's gone live. And yes, thank you, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.